So today we are going to discuss the leftover part of the medieval, which is the Qutub Shahis. Then we will go to the modern Telangana history. Okay. So yesterday briefly we have discussed the ancient Telangana, especially the Satavahanas, Ikshvakus, Vishnukundis. Okay, and then we have come to medieval Telangana, mainly with important kingdom of Kakatiyas. We have seen the different kingdoms. We have seen the template approach. Okay, template approach, especially in the ancient Telangana. Okay, and I'm not sure how many of you attended the evening discussion after going out. Anyone who was part of the class yesterday? No. So you are already tired. So great. So in that we have discussed some of the cultural contributions of Satavahanas, Ikshvakus and also Vishnukundis. So with that we have completed major part of our discussion. Okay, and today we will briefly discuss Qutub Shahis. Okay, Qutub Shahis, our next point of discussion or topic of discussion is Qutub Shahis. Qutub Shahis. So basically Qutub Shahis were a dynasty from Persia and they belong to Shia sect. They belong to Shia sect and they were from Persia. Okay, so we all know before Qutub Shahi or the Golconda kingdom came up, they were part of the Bahmani Empire. Okay, they were part of the Bahmani Empire, and when the Bahmani Empire split into 5 kingdoms, one of among them is the Qutub Shahis. Okay, and after the Bahmani Sultanate started to break down, the Qutub Shahis established themselves as an independent dynasty. Okay, so the first, what are the sources? What are the sources for Qutub Shahis? Sources are inscriptions. Sources are inscriptions. Okay, sources are inscriptions as well as monuments, including your Golconda tombs. The famous Golconda tombs, which are available near the Golconda fort, belongs to Qutub Shahis. Okay, fine. So even the Golconda fort also belongs to Qutub Shahis only. So the first ruler or the famous ruler of Qutub Shahi dynasty is Sultan Quli. Yeah, Sultan Quli. Sultan Quli. Sultan Quli from 1518 to 43. So basically they ruled from 15th century, from 1518 to 1687 is the timeline of Qutub Shahis. So close to 170 years they were the rulers of this particular state or the city called Hyderabad. Fine. So this Sultan Quli was contemporary of Ibrahim Lodi as well as Sri Krishna Deva Raya. He was the contemporary of Ibrahim Lodi and Sri Krishna Deva Raya. He has improved Golconda fort. Okay, Golconda fort was not built by them, but they have modified it and they have made it in such a way that they lived in it or they ruled from Golconda fort. It was built during the time of Kakatiyas. Okay, So they modified the Golconda fort, and thereby Sultan Quli modified the Golconda fort and shifted his kingdom to Golconda fort. And then his son Jamshid Quli Qutub Shah, Jamshid has killed his father and occupied the throne. Jamshid killed his father and occupied the throne. Okay, he occupied the throne and he drove away his brother Ibrahim Quli Qutub Shah. He drove away his brother Ibrahim Quli, and his brother Ibrahim Quli has taken shelter in the Vijayanagara kingdom. His brother Ibrahim Quli has been driven away by Jamshid, and this Ibrahim Quli, brother of Jamshid, has gone and taken shelter in Vijayanagara kingdom. This Jamshid Quli Khan, okay, he was known for extremely cruel punishments. He was known for cruel punishments. He was known for cruel punishments. Okay, he was known for cruel punishments. Okay, after the death of Jamshid, this brother is there, right? Ibrahim Quli. He came back. Ibrahim Quli came back, and Ibrahim Quli Qutub Shah, he came back and started ruling Golconda. So this fellow ruled for a brief period of 1543 to 1550, and after him Ibrahim Quli. So Ibrahim also is the son of Sultan Quli, right? So he came back and he ruled from 1550 to 1580. So his rule is very, very important, Ibrahim Quli, because he has taken up a lot of constructions. Ibrahim Quli has taken up a lot of constructions, like he has completed Golconda fort. Ibrahim Quli has completed the Golconda fort. He completed Golconda fort. Okay, he completed the Golconda fort. He built the Ibrahimpatnam lake. The Ibrahimpatnam lake, even today it is famous. It is built by Ibrahim Quli Qutub Shah. He has built the Purana Pool bridge. Even today it is existing, Purana Pool bridge. He built the Purana Pool bridge. Okay, he was basically a peace-loving king. He was basically a peace-loving king. He was basically a peace-loving king. He reorganized the administration. He reorganized the administration, and also he reorganized the judiciary. He built this area called Langar House. It's just adjacent to Mehdipatnam, Langar House. Okay. And one of his ministers called Hussain Shah Wali has constructed Hussain Sagar. So you can understand the significance of this person, right? Lot of constructions which are relevant to the present day Telangana are actually taken up during the time of Ibrahim Quli. And the famous poet called Kandukuri Rudra Kavi. Kandukuri Rudra Kavi. Kandukuri Rudra Kavi. Kandukuri Rudra Kavi was patronized by Ibrahim Quli. Ibrahim Quli married a daughter of Vijayanagara kingdom and her name was Bhagirathi. He married Bhagirathi. He translated Vedas, Shastras and Puranas. He translated Vedas, Shastras and Puranas, and he was deeply influenced by Hindi and Telugu culture. In fact, he has promoted literature in Telugu language. So, there are so many positive qualities of this person, but one thing which historians feel that he has really betrayed someone who has helped him. What is it? His participation in, what is this timeline you see here? 1550 to 1580. In 1565 what happened? Battle of Talikota. In this, the five kingdoms, erstwhile kingdoms of Bahmani kingdoms have attacked Vijayanagara. And who was the king of Golconda at that time? Ibrahim Quli. And where did Ibrahim Quli take shelter when his Jamshid was there? Vijayanagara. So, the same person who took shelter in the Vijayanagara kingdom, who married the daughter of Vijayanagara kingdom, and in 1565 he participated in Battle of Talikota and ensured that Vijayanagara kingdom is destroyed. So, this is the kind of setup you see. Again, you need to understand, from this you need to infer that the war of succession was quite common, and even it was not religious, it was more of political issue. Okay, it is not Muslim versus Hindu, etc. It is more of political issue. So, when it comes to the survival of kingdom, kings did not care who and what. Right? So, the Jamshid is killing his own father. Okay, Ibrahim is killing the one who has given refuge to him. So, all these kinds of things are happening in the medieval age, and it is very, very common also. Okay, fine. After Ibrahim, and before one more thing of Ibrahim contribution is, there is a person called Amir Khan, who was the feudatory of Ibrahim Quli. Amir Khan, who was the feudatory of Ibrahim Quli, and he has patronized a poet named Ponnaganti Telanganarya. What did he write? What is the famous book? Why I am telling this important things is, the syllabus is saying literary contributions of Qutub Shahis. Go and check it. So you have to know that all these poets were there during the Qutub Shahis. So when you can know this, when they are asking a question, you can mention all these poets and their works. Then your answer will look very, very good. Okay, final. Okay, Ponnaganti Telanganarya, he has written a book called Yayati Charitam. Yayati Charitam. It is in pure Telugu book. Okay, this is about Ibrahim Quli. After Ibrahim Quli came the famous Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah. He is probably the most famous and very important ruler of Golconda Dynasty. He ruled from 1580 to 1612. 1580 to 1612. So what does that Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah do? Okay, there are many important things. So he was remembered for his grand works. And his period is popularly referred as a period of cultural upliftment for Urdu and Telugu. For Urdu and Telugu, his period is very, very, very famous. And his pen name was Kulayat Quli. And he himself was a very famous poet. Kulayat Quli is his pen name. He wrote poems in this name. His period is called the Golden Age of Golconda Empire. He could write in Urdu and Telugu. He was a poet himself and he has written a lot of books. He is the one who has built the present day Hyderabad. Hyderabad on the banks of Musi river. He constructed Charminar and Makkah Masjid. He is the one who has constructed Charminar and Makkah Masjid. He constructed Charminar and Makkah Masjid. He introduced weights and measurement system. Okay. And then in his court, a famous poet was there. His name was Saranga Tammaya. And this person has wrote Vaijayanti Vilasam. Vaijayanti Vilasam. He wrote Vaijayanti Vilasam. Okay. Next famous empire or famous king you need to know is Abdul Thani Shah. Okay, final person and famous person, Abdul Thani Shah. Okay, from 1672 to 1687. Okay, the two major generals of his army were Akkanna and Madanna. Akkanna was commander-in-chief while Madanna was Mir Jumla, head of army. Okay, during his time there was a famous Tahsildar of the Bhadrachalam area. He was called Kancharla Gopanna, and later on he became Bhakta Ramadas, and he wrote Dasaradi Shatakam. So that is also one of the major literary contributions of Qutub Shahis. During Tanisha, this Dasarati Shatakam was composed. And since these guys were Shias and Mughals did not want Shias in the Deccan, so Aurangzeb continuously, who came to power in 1657, he started attacking the Deccan area, and in that process in 1687 Abdul Tanisha was imprisoned and he was taken to Daulatabad fort and he was imprisoned there. He died in Daulatabad. Abdul Tanisha died in Daulatabad. So the administration of Qutub Shahis was mostly autocratic. It was mostly autocratic, means king was supreme. It was mostly autocratic, and king had an advisory body called Majlis-e-Diwan. The king's advisory body was called Majlis-e-Diwan. King's advisory body was called Majlis-e-Diwan. Okay, the French Tavernier. Okay, you got a bit even this time. In your prelims also you got about the French traveler. Okay, Tavernier visited the Golconda kingdom. And some of the important works, please write down, because they are asking you the literary contributions during the Qutub Shahis. Very, very important. Some of the important contributions. Cherigonda Dharmana, he is the author. He has written Chitra Bharatam. Cherigonda Dharmana has written Chitra Bharatam. It is the first Kalpita Kavyam in Telugu. And then Kandukuri Ravi, he has written two books, Nirankusho Pakyanam and Sugriva Vijayam. Two books rasad. Nirankushopakyanam and Sugriva Vijayam. Then Addanki Gangadhara Kavi. He has written Tapati Samvaranopakyam. Tapati Samvaranopakyam. Kancharla Gopanna, what he has written? Dasaradi Shatakam. And during this time, the Deccan paintings were by Mir Hashim. And Abdul Hasan Qutub Shah, also called as Thane Shah. Abdul Thane Shah is also called as Abdul Hasan Qutub Shah. This person donated village to the dance form of Kuchipudi. He donated Kuchipudi village. So from there only the dance form started. Economy of Qutub Shahis. Economy. So we all know that Qutub Shahis were very, very opulent kings. They were opulent kings. Opulent means what? They were well-to-do kings because they had access to important mines like Kollur. Not this Kollur, it is Kollur near Krishna district, where diamonds were found. And the famous diamond which was found in this valley is Kohinoor. Kohinoor diamond was found. So, one of the important external trade activity of Qutub Shahis is trading of diamonds. So, someone who is selling diamonds will obviously be more rich. So, trading diamonds. Okay. Of course, their primary source of land revenue was land revenue, which is agriculture. Their main revenue was land revenue, but they were very, very well-to-do, and they had control over the Krishna and Godavari areas, and the mines in these areas gave them access to diamonds. They traded textiles. So these two, they traded to the port of Masulipattnam. They traded through the port of Masulipattnam. Okay, during their peak time, Golconda area was the most popular area for availability of diamonds. Okay, Golconda market was one of the primary source for the finest diamonds in the entire world. Okay, they were very good in carpet making. They had carpet making industry, and also their ship building industry was in ship industry flourished. Ship industry flourished. Society during Qutub Shahis. Since it is medieval age, you can always say many subcastes and castes existed. Many castes and subcastes existed. So the people in higher castes enjoyed better status. Higher castes enjoyed better status. People in higher castes enjoyed better status. So, since it's medieval India, what would be the status of women? Tell me. What will be the status of women? Status of women was not so great. In fact, it deteriorated. So, status of women status was not great. It was not great. Okay. And obviously when women's status is bad, something like, parda system, widow remarriage were all, vehement. Widow remarriage was not there. So parda system was very much prevalent. All these things are obvious. Okay. Then we have seen the buildings constructed by few of the important, Qutub Shah kings, and for their patronage of Telugu literature, they are popularly called as Telugu Sultans. Golconda kings are called as Telugu Sultans. So that is about them, the Qutub Shahis. So try to remember the literary contributions, art and architecture. Art and architecture of Qutub Shahis is very very important, because whatever they have constructed, even today it is available, or it is very much seen in the Telangana area, especially in the Hyderabad area. Okay, the Charminar, okay, the Makkah Masjid, Golconda Fort, okay, Purana Pole Bridge, everything is very much available. So that is about the Qutub Shahis. Anything you want to ask in Qutub Shahis? Just take couple of minutes, just take 5 minutes to go through the Qutub Shahis. Any doubts? Guys in the online? So I am not covering this Sammakka and Saraka, because everyone will tell better than me. Sammakka, Saraka, lot of information is available in the Telangana culture website or Wikipedia. Okay, don't get confused, ఎందుకంటే Sammakka, Saraka అనేది వాళ్ళు దే ఆర్ మదర్ అండ్ డాటర్. కొన్ని చోట్ల సమ్ లెజెండ్స్ ఆర్ దట్ దే ఆర్ సిస్టర్స్ అని కూడా చెప్తుంటారు, కానీ డోంట్ గెట్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్డ్. ఓకే, అట్లీస్ట్ నౌ వీ నో దిస్ పర్టికులర్ ఫెస్టివల్ వేర్ Sammakka and Saralamma, they are called, they are the mother and daughter. Okay, then Jampanna, who is Jampanna, who is this Pagidi Raju, all this you have to know. Okay, and then culture part lo Bonalu gurinchi adugute adagachu. Bonalu is our state festival, right? Bonalu and Batkamma, first day and last day. ఫస్ట్ డే ఏంటో బతుకమ్మ ఏమంటారు? ఎంగిలి పూల బతుకమ్మ. లాస్ట్ డే సద్దుల బతుకమ్మ అంటారు. కొన్ని బేసిక్స్ నేర్చుకొని పెట్టుకోండి. బోనాల్లో కూడా బోనం అంటే ఏంటి, ఓకే, అండ్ దెన్ వాట్ ఈస్ దిస్ పోతరాజు ఆల్ అబౌట్. సో ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్, జస్ట్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇన్ ఎనీ కల్చర్ క్వశ్చన్ ఆర్ దే మే ఆస్క్ ది evaluate the legacy of Telangana culture. Telangana culture lo definitely you can write all these, because Telangana culture is very close to folk art, folk culture, avuna? So folk culture unna chota grama devatalu ekku untaru, avuna? Telangana lo obviously when compared to other places grama devatalu ekku. Grama devatalu ante telusu kada. So grama devatalu ekku, Pochamma, Illamma, Maisamma. సో వీళ్ళందరూ గ్రామ దేవతలు అంటారు. సో వీళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఎక్కువ. సో సి యాక్చువల్లీ when you people did not, I don't know how many of you are from anthropology background. So any religion evolve అయ్యే కొద్దీ గాడ్స్ evolve అవుతారు. ఓకే, what happens is this grama devatas, the folk art is the very starting phase of religion. As the people move on in the religion, more and more sophisticated gods come. Okay, as man becomes sophisticated, even he makes the god sophisticated. ఓకే, సో గ్రామ దేవతలు అందరూ కలిసి కనకదుర్గమ్మ తల్లి అయ్యారు. ఓకే, అందరం ఏమంటాం, అన్ని గ్రామ దేవతలు కూడా వి సే దట్ దే ఆర్ నథింగ్ బట్ ది ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ దుర్గామాత ఆర్ పార్వతి. సో దట్ అల్టిమేట్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ ఎ ఎవల్యూషన్ ఆఫ్ రిలీజన్. Okay, so that is how religion evolves. Of course, that is not so significant in this context, but you just try to know few things about Telangana culture. Endukante if you see Telangana textbook, Telugu Academy, and even your Telangana movement, రెండిట్లో కూడా తెలంగాణ కల్చర్ అనేది ఫస్ట్ చాప్టర్ చూస్తే మీరు తెలంగాణ కల్చర్ అనేది చాలా ప్రామినెంట్గా ఇచ్చారు. And in that they are mentioning all these festivals, they are mentioning all these goddesses, they are mentioning the important places. So that's how important Telangana culture is, because the very reason why we have fought for the separate Telangana is, of course, needlu niyamakalu needlu anni unnai, but we wanted even our cultural identity. మీరు తెలంగాణ మూమెంట్ పేపర్ ఆఫ్ కోర్స్ అది చేసినప్పుడు చెప్తాను. మనకు సెకండ్ ఫేజ్లో వన్ ఆఫ్ ది మెయిన్ అపోజిషన్ ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ పీపుల్ వాజ్ ఇన్ తెలుగు మూవీస్. తెలంగాణ పీపుల్ యూస్ టు బి షోన్ యాజ్ విలన్స్. నర్సింగ్ యాదవ్ అని ఒకటి ఫేమస్ విలన్ ఉండేవాడు. సో ఆయనకు మాత్రం తెలంగాణ డైలెక్ట్ ఇచ్చేవాడు. ఎప్పుడు కూడా హీరో హీరోయిన్ తెలంగాణ డైలెక్ట్ మాట్లాడలే. ఓన్లీ ఆఫ్టర్ 2000-2005 సమ్ తెలంగాణ హీరోస్ కేమ్ ఇన్ టు పిక్చర్. ఇప్పుడు తెలంగాణ డైలెక్ట్ మాట్లాడమే, ఇప్పుడు విజయ్ దేవరకొండ లాంటి వాడు వచ్చాక తెలంగాణ డైలెక్ట్ మాట్లాడమే ఫ్యాషన్ అయిపోయింది, అవునా? సో విత్ ఇన్ తెలంగాణ ఆల్సో దెర్ ఆర్ మెనీ డైలెక్ట్స్. ఓకే, తెలంగాణ డైలెక్ట్ అనేది ఒక కామన్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ఉన్న తెలంగాణలోనే మళ్ళీ ఒక చాలా డైలెక్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఆదిలాబాద్ వాడు మరాఠీ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్తో మాట్లాడతాడు, మహబూబ్ నగర్ వాడు కన్నడ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్తో మాట్లాడతాడు, అవునా? జహీరాబాద్ సైడ్ వాళ్ళు ఒకలాగా మాట్లాడతారు, హైదరాబాద్ వాళ్ళది ఉర్దూ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ వచ్చిండు అంటాం, ఒకసారి వచ్చిండు అంటారు. సో యూ కెన్ సీ దట్ విత్ ఇన్ తెలంగాణ ఆల్సో దేర్ ఆర్ మెనీ డైలెక్ట్స్. దీస్ ఆర్ డైలెక్ట్స్. ఓకే, యాజ్ పర్ హ్యూమన్ జాగ్రఫీ ది డైలెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ చేంజెస్ అట్ ఎవ్రీ 40 కిలోమీటర్స్. ఎవ్రీ 40 కిలోమీటర్స్లో డైలెక్ట్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. సో ఆబ్వియస్లీ తెలంగాణలో ఇంత పెద్ద ఏరియా ఉన్నప్పుడు వాట్ ఈజ్ అవర్ ఏరియా? ప్రిలిమ్స్ చదువుకున్నారు లేదా? 1,12,077 కిలోమీటర్ స్క్వేర్. మర్చిపోయారు అప్పుడే? నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ నుంచే జాగ్రఫీ ఉంది, అభినవ్ వస్తాడు. ఓకే, సో see my impression is if you have to do well in group 1 exam you should be very thorough with Telangana basics. అంటే తెలంగాణ బేసిక్స్ అంటే తెలంగాణ కల్చర్ కానీ, తెలంగాణ ఆర్ట్స్ అండ్ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ కానీ, తెలంగాణ ఫోక్ డ్యాన్సెస్ కానీ, తెలంగాణ ఒక బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ కానీ, ఇవన్నీ కూడా మీకు ఒకవేళ ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ వెరీ గుడ్ కమాండ్ ఆన్ దిస్, your answer writing will be very very good because you will be having command over your introduction and conclusions. And any current affairs you always try to relate it to Telangana. And Hyderabad is such a huge city now, it is such a cosmopolitan city. Anything in the world you can relate it to Hyderabad, avuna? Hyderabad lo ippudu lendu ledu. Hyderabad lo ఈ వరల్డ్లో ఎటువంటి ఇంపాక్ట్ ఏది కూడా హైదరాబాద్ని ఇంపాక్ట్ చేయకుండా ఉండదు. ఓకే, సో హైదరాబాద్ ఈజ్ సచ్ ఎ బిగ్ సిటీ నౌ. ఇట్ ఈస్, ఐ థింక్ ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ మచ్ స్టెబిలైజ్డ్ అండ్ ఆటో మోడ్. ఓకే, వీ హ్యావ్ సో మెనీ రిసోర్సెస్, ఇట్ హ్యాస్ ఎక్స్పాండెడ్ సో మచ్, అండ్ హైదరాబాద్ సిటీ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఈజ్ ఏ ది క్రౌన్ ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ. ఓకే, ఫైన్. దట్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ సంథింగ్ అబౌట్ కుతుబ్ షా. యు ఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్ సంథింగ్, right? Nothing? Anything you want to ask before we move on to Asaf Jahi's? Asaf Jahi is the, obviously Asaf Jahiలో ఎవడెప్పుడు వచ్చాడు అనేది పక్కన పెడితే most important thing, when I teach this Telangana history many times, I myself feel some things are just facts. So if you ask me the 3 to 4 important takeaways of Asaf Jahi kingdom, the first is Salarjung reforms. No doubt about it. అవునా, చిన్న పిల్లల్ని అడిగినా చెప్తారు అసఫ్ జాహీలోకి ఏది ఇంపార్టెంట్ అంటే సాలార్జంగ్ రిఫార్మ్స్. నెక్స్ట్ నిజాం 5, 6, 7. అఫ్ కోర్స్ అగైన్ నిజాం 5 అప్పుడు సాలార్జంగ్ 1 అనేవాడు మనకి కోయిన్సైడ్ అవుతాడు. ఓకే, నిజాం 5 అండ్ నిజాం 6, నిజాం 6 అండ్ నిజాం 7. సో నిజాం 5 ఈస్ పేరెంట్ నిజాం 5ది Afzal-ud-Daula. Nizam 5 is Afzal-ud-Daula, Afzalganj, ఆయన పేరు మీద పెట్టారు. నిజాం 6 is మహబూబ్. నిజాం 7 ఉస్మాన్. ఇది బాగా తెలుసు, ఎందుకంటే ఆయన పేరు మీద అన్నీ కట్టుకున్నాడు కదా. ఉస్మానియా యూనివర్సిటీ, ఉస్మానియా, ఉస్మాన్ సాగర్, ఉస్మానియా హాస్పిటల్, ఉస్మానియా బిస్కెట్ కూడా. ఎనీహౌ, సో లెట్స్ so if you have no doubts, we'll start Asaf Jahis. So we are skipping Sammakka Saralamma and also Sarvai Papanna Gaud. But Sarvai Papanna Gaud డెఫినెట్గా చదవండి, ఎందుకంటే రీసెంట్ కూడా లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ కూడా ఆయన బర్త్డే సెలబ్రేషన్స్ అవి గవర్నమెంట్ గ్రాండ్గా చేశారు. ఎందుకంటే హీ బిలాంగ్స్ టు వన్ ఆఫ్ ది ఇంపార్టెంట్ బ్యాక్వర్డ్ కాస్ట్, దట్ ఈస్ గౌడ్ కమ్యూనిటీ. ఓకే, సో గౌడ్ కమ్యూనిటీ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ బికాస్ తెలంగాణలో దేర్ పాపులేషన్ ఈజ్ సిగ్నిఫికెంట్. సో ఆబ్వియస్లీ, అండ్ దట్ టు he is known to be a backward leader. So and then ఇవన్నీ పక్కన క్యాస్ట్ ఈక్వేషన్స్ అన్ని పక్కన పెడితే he fought in the medieval age against the clutches of Mughals. ఎందుకంటే 1687 నుంచి 1724 దాకా అసఫ్ జాయిస్ కానీ గోల్కొండ వాళ్ళు కుతుబ్ షాయిస్ కానీ లేరు. ఈ 37 ఇయర్స్ స్పాన్లోనే మీరు చూస్తే సర్వాయి పాపన్న అనే అతను he has fought against these rulers and he was called as Robin Hood of Telangana. సో ఆయన కట్టిన కోర్ట్స్ కానీ ఫోర్ట్స్ కానీ ఆయన ఎక్కడెక్కడ తిరిగాడు, అండ్ హౌ ఫ్రమ్ కమింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఏ వెరీ వెరీ హంబుల్ గౌడ్ కమ్యూనిటీ అండ్ హౌ హీ హాస్ బికమ్ ఏ వెరీ బిగ్ రూలర్ ఆర్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఈక్వలెంట్ రూలర్. సో హిజ్ ఎవల్యూషన్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్. సో అట్లాంటి బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళని ఎప్పుడు కూడా యూ హ్యావ్ టు, అండ్ దెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ స్పెషల్ టాపిక్. సర్వాయి పాపన్న అనేది మీ సిలబస్లో డైరెక్ట్గా ఒక టాపిక్ ఉంది, సమ్మక్క సారక్క అండ్ సర్వాయి పాపన్న చాప్టర్ 2. సో నాకు తెలిసి ఈ ఇయర్ సమ్మక్క సారలమ్మ జాతర కూడా అయింది, కాంగ్రెస్ రాగానే ఈ ఇయరే అయింది జాతర. ఓకే, ఫిబ్రవరిలో అయింది. సో అగైన్ ఇట్ బికమ్స్ ఇంపార్టెంట్, ఎందుకంటే ఇది ఏషియాలోనే వన్ ఆఫ్ ద బిగ్గెస్ట్ ట్రైబల్ ఫెస్టివల్ ఇది. ఓకే, సో దట్స్ వై ఇట్ బికమ్స్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్ మీ, ఐఎమ్ ఎక్స్పెక్టింగ్ డెఫినెట్లీ వన్ క్వశ్చన్ ఐదర్ ఆన్ సమ్మక్క సారక్క ఆర్ సర్వాయి పాపన్న. అండ్ బ్యూటీ థింగ్ ఏంటి తెలుసా, ఈ రెండింటికి హార్డ్లీ ఒక 1 or 2 pages లిటరేచర్ ఉంటుంది అంతే. 1-2 pages చదువుకుంటే స్ట్రైట్ అవే ఎగ్జామ్లో పోయి ఆన్సర్ రాయొచ్చు. సో డోంట్ లీవ్ దీస్ 2 topics, సమ్మక్క సారలమ్మ అండ్ సర్వాయి పాపన్న, అండ్ దే ఆర్ వెరీ ఫ్యాక్చువల్ అండ్ స్ట్రైట్ ఫార్వర్డ్. ఇఫ్ యూ రీడ్ ది సమ్మక్క సారలమ్మ, చిన్నపిల్లలు కూడా తెలుసు, ఇట్ ఈస్ నౌ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ స్కూల్ కరికులం. అండ్ సర్వాయి పాపన్న ఆల్సో, వెళ్ళి మీరు గూగుల్లో కొట్టండి సర్వాయి పాపన్న అని, దేర్ ఇస్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ లిటరేచర్. ఆయన ఎక్కడెక్కడ తిరిగాడు, హౌ డిడ్ హీ కమ్ అండ్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ హిమ్సెల్ఫ్, అన్నీ ఉన్నాయి. సో ఆ సీక్వెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఈవెంట్స్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. క్వశ్చన్ కూడా అట్లే అడుగుతాడు, హౌ డిడ్ సర్వాయి పాపన్న కమింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ వెరీ హంబుల్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ బికేమ్ ఎన్ అన్డిస్ప్యూటెడ్ హీరో ఆఫ్ తెలంగాణ స్ట్రగుల్ డ్యూరింగ్ ది మొఘల్ ఫేజ్. అయిపోయి యూ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ ద సీక్వెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఈవెంట్స్. ఓకే, ఫైన్. నెక్స్ట్ ఈజ్ the Nizams. Nizams are also called as Asaf Jahis. They are also called as Asaf Jahis. Yeah. So basically, what is the time frame they have ruled the state of Hyderabad? 1724 to 1948. Avuna? Nizams. Okay. The first ruler of the Nizam dynasty is Nizamul Mulk. Nizamul Mulk. Nizamul Mulk అనేది మొఘల్స్ ఇచ్చిన టైటిల్ ఆయనకి. And he is also called as Chin Kilich Khan. ఇంతకైనా యాక్చువల్ పేరు ఏంది? మీర్ కమరుద్దీన్. ఇది తప్ప అన్నీ పిలుస్తారు ఆయన పేరు మీర్ కమరుద్దీన్. ఓకే, మీర్ కమరుద్దీన్, ఆల్సో కాల్డ్ యాజ్ చిన్ కిలిచ్ ఖాన్. చిన్ కిలిచ్ ఖాన్ టైటిల్ ఈస్ గివెన్ బై ఔరంగజేబ్. చిన్ కిలిచ్ ఖాన్, నిజాముల్ ముల్క్. ఓకే, his capital was Aurangabad. His capital initially was Aurangabad. His capital was Aurangabad. His capital was Aurangabad. Okay, and after Mir Kamaruddin or the Chin Kilich Khan, there are 2 or 3 rulers whom the historians do not classify as Nizams. ఎందుకు క్లాసిఫై చేయరు? Time span, that is one of the reason. Good. Their rule was so short and ఎవడెప్పుడు రూల్ చేస్తున్నాడో తెలియదు. ఈరోజు వీడి కూర్చుంటే వాడిని రేపు డిస్ప్లేస్ చేసి ఇంకోటి వస్తున్నాడు. సో ద మెయిన్ రీజన్ ఈస్ ద బ్యాటిల్ ఆఫ్ సక్సెషన్. ఆఫ్టర్ మీర్ కమరుద్దీన్ there was continuous battles of succession. There were continuous battles of succession. Okay, continuous battles of succession. The first battle of succession was between Nazar-ud-Din Jung versus Muzaffar Jung. Nazar-ud-Din Jung versus Muzaffar Jung. So first battle of succession was won by Nazar-ud-Din Jung. He ruled from 1748 to 1750. He ruled from 1748 to 1750. After Nazar-ud-Din Jung came Muzaffar Jung with the support of French governor Dupleix. And this fellow ruled from 1750 to 51, 1 year. ఇంత కష్టపడి 1 year. Okay, Muzaffar Jung came for 1 year. Finally Salabat Jung came into picture and he ruled from 1751 to 61. Salabat Jung also came to the throne with the help of French governor Bussy. So first is Nazar-ud-Din Jung, Muzaffar Jung, then finally Salabat Jung up to 1761. So 11 ఏళ్లలో almost 12 years lo we have 3 kings. So historians are the opinion that they did not bring any key reforms or they did not have any important impact on the Telangana history and landscape. Hence, they said this is not required to be classified as Nizams. So, officially the second Nizam is nothing but Nizam Ali Khan. The second Nizam is nothing but Nizam Ali Khan. Nizam Ali Khan. Okay, Nizam Ali Khan. He ruled from 1761 to 1803. He ruled from 1761 to 1803. Nizam Ali Khan. 1761 to 1803. He is called as Nizam Ali Khan. Okay. He gifted many places to British. He gifted many places to British. He gifted many places to British. He gifted many places to British, and he built some of the prominent buildings called Moti Mahal. You can write Moti Mahal, Moti Mahal, Roshan Mahal, Moti Mahal, Roshan Mahal, and Gulshan Bangla. Gulshan Bangla. Okay, and during his time there was a French official who was stationed at the Nizam's court. His name was Raymond. Very good. Raymond. Raymond clothing untadi kada, ade Raymond who established the weapons factory at Gun Foundry. ఇప్పటికీ ఉంది గన్ ఫౌండరీ పేరు తెలుసా? ఎస్బీఐ బ్యాంక్ పెద్దగా ఉంటుంది, బ్యాంక్ స్ట్రీట్ ఎండింగ్లో గన్ ఫౌండరీ ఉంటుంది. సో గన్ ఫౌండరీ అనేది యాక్చువల్లీ గన్ ఫౌండరీ అంటే ఇట్స్ ఎ వెపన్ ఏరియా. ఓకే, వెపన్ ఫ్యాక్టరీ. ఓకే, the Nizam Ali Khan was the first person to sign the Subsidiary Alliance of Lord Wellesley. He signed Subsidiary Alliance. ఇలాంటి వాటిలో ప్రోయాక్టివ్ ఉండేవాడు నిజాం, బ్రిటిష్కి ఏదైనా చేయాలంటే. ఓకే, Subsidiary Alliance. He was the first person to sign Subsidiary Alliance. Okay, and the British residency, which is the present day Women's College, was built during this period. British residency during this period, which is Women's College, was built during this period. Fine. The third Nizam is called as Sikandar Jha. Okay, the third Nizam is called as Sikandar Jha. He ruled from 1803 to 1829. He is the third Nizam. He built the famous place Sikandarabad. పేరు ఎట్లా వచ్చింది అర్థమైందా? సికింద్రాబాద్. His diwan during Sikandar Jha was Chandulal, and Chandulal, okay, and before Chandulal there was a person called Mir Alam, and he built the Mir Alam tank in the old city. During his time, a peculiar thing happened. A person called Russell Brigade Russell Brigade was stationed at Nizam's court to maintain law and order. Russell Brigade was stationed at Nizam's court to maintain law order. But this Russell Brigade was not free of cost. Nizam had to pay money. So this money he borrowed from a company called Palmer. From a company called Palmer and Co. Palmer and Co. To maintain this Russell Brigade, he borrowed money from Palmer and Co. Over a period of time, Nizam Sikandar Jah became bankrupt. He could not pay Russell anymore, and he has made so many loans at Palmer that the interest component itself was very, very huge. Our time lo East India Company came into picture. East India Company came into picture and they saved Sikandar Jah by giving loan at 6% interest. They said, okay, you take this loan and clear off your loan of Palmer. After Sikandar Jah came the fourth Nizam. From 1829 to 1857, Nazar-ud-Daula or Nazar-ud-Jah. Okay, some textbooks it is mentioned as Nazar-ud-Daula. Okay, Nazar-ud-Daula is also fine. So he constructed the King Edward Memorial Hospital in Gandhi, which is the present day Gandhi Hospital. It was called as King Edward Memorial Hospital. He also constructed St. George Grammar High School in Abbots, 1854. ఇది కూడా అడిగారు ఈసారి బిట్స్లో గుర్తుందా? St. George Grammar in Abbots. He built the Chadarghat Bridge, పెద్ద బ్రిడ్జ్. చాదర్ఘాట్ పెద్ద బ్రిడ్జ్ ఉంది కదా అది. Okay, under him the areas of Berar, Raichur and Osmanabad, these were taken over by British. These were taken over by British. Taken over by British. Okay, so he's, as I told you before, Chandulal was the Diwan during this Nazar-ud-Daula. So in 1853, a person called Mir Turab Ali Khan, became the Diwan of the Nizams in 1853. This Mir Turab Ali Khan is also called as Salar Jung I. Now, after Salar Jung I came, okay, most of the Nizams, especially during Salar Jung I, are masked by the reforms of Salar Jung I. Avuna? It is more about Salar Jung I than about the Nizam. Aithe what are the issues till 1853? Andukante Salar Jung రాగానే what is so special that he had to change so many things. So you can write down issues of administration till 1853. Issues of administration till 1853. సో దిస్ కెన్ బి ఏ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్, ఒక ఇంట్రొడక్షను లేకపోతే కన్క్లూజన్ రాయొచ్చు ఏది సాలార్జంగ్ అడిగినప్పుడు, రైట్. autocratic systems, no specific ministries, random contracts, random farmans, excess tax collection, luxury lifestyle of Nizams and nobles, no checks and balances, So these were all the issues during the before 1853, before the advent of Salarjung I. So itlanti situation lo he took over the reigns of Diwan under the 4th Nizam of Hyderabad, that is Nazar-ud-Daula. Of course, okay, then we will continue. Next, who is the 5th Nizam? So Salarjung served 4, 5 and 6. He served 3 Nizams, Salarjung I. Okay, in fact when Mehboob Ali Khan was an infant when Salarjung was the Diwan. Okay, so that's the reason he is very renowned and he is considered to be very loyal to the Nizam kingdom. Okay, like for example yesterday also we were talking about Recharla Rudra. అట్లా ప్రతి కింగ్డమ్కి ఒక పెద్ద ఆయన ఉంటారనమాట. ఆ పెద్ద ఆయనే ఇట్లా తీసుకొని వచ్చాడు ఆయన ఎవరిని, మహబూబ్ అలీ ఖాన్ని. ఫైన్. సో కమింగ్ బ్యాక్, Afzal-ud-Daula, the 5th Nizam is Afzal-ud-Daula. From 1857 to 1869. From 1857 to 1869. Okay, so what happened during this time? The Great Revolt of 1857. Okay, he is one of those kings who issued coins in his name. He has issued coins in his name. Okay, issued coins in his name, and he completed the construction of Chaumala Palace. He got the award of Star of India from British for supporting them in 1857 Great Revolt. So British, with the lobbying of Salarjung I, okay, they have returned this Berar, Raichur and Osamabad, and also they have waived off a outstanding loan of 50 lakh which Nizam had to pay to British. So basically they have given back this Berar, Raichur and Osamabad. Simply remember as bro. Okay, ఎందుకంటే ఇట్లాంటివి రాయాలి ఎగ్జామ్లో. దే హ్యావ్ రిటర్న్ సమ్ ల్యాండ్స్ అని రాశారు అనుకోండి, అది ఏంటది అర్థం కాదు. యూ హ్యావ్ టు మీన్, సి ఆబ్వియస్లీ మీ కంటెంట్ అనేది మీ కంప్యూటర్ కంటే ఎన్రిచ్డ్గా అనిపించాలి. సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు మేక్ షూర్ దట్ ది టర్మినాలజీ ఆఫ్ బేరా, రాయచూర్, ఒసామాబాద్ ఇవన్నీ పడాలి మీ ఆన్సర్ షీట్లో. ఎందుకంటే సాలార్జంగ్ రిఫార్మ్స్ అడిగినప్పుడు కూడా యూ హ్యావ్ టు మెన్షన్ దట్ he has lobbied hard with British, and through his diplomatic efforts, he could get back the Berar, Raichur and Osamabad. So try to remember these names through some kind of shortcuts. In this case, it is simply bro. So he has written bro. Okay. How you want to remember is your choice, but you need to remember. Okay. Before we go to Salar Jung reforms, we will just try to complete all Nizams and go to Salar Jung reforms. Okay. Next, 6th Nizam. Your 6th Nizam? Mir Mehboob Ali Khan. Mir Mehboob Ali Khan. From 1869 to 1911. So, one of the longest serving Nizams and Jepkoch. Almost 42 years. Endukante, basically he became Nizam at the age of 3. ఇప్పుడు 44 ఏళ్ళకి కూడా డిప్యూటీ కలెక్టర్ కావట్లేదు, 3 ఏళ్ళకి నిజాం కుర్చీ వచ్చింది ఆయనకి. అంతేనా? 44 దాకా ఇచ్చినట్టున్నారుగా ఏజ్. సో 44 ఆయన కూడా రాయొచ్చు అనమాట డిప్యూటీ కలెక్టర్కి కష్టపడితే. సో చాలా కష్టపడితే 44 ఇయర్స్కి డిప్యూటీ కలెక్టర్ అవుతారు. కానీ అక్కడ ఏం కష్టపడకుండా 3 ఏళ్ళకి నిజాం అయిపోయాడు. ఓకే, fine. He became Nizam at the age of 3. He doesn't even know what is Nizam at that age. Okay. So here the importance of Salar Jung 1 comes into picture. He being Diwan. See, actually if you see, medieval history lo there are different things. Kontamandi they use this opportunity as trickery and they themselves became kings. Like Muhammad Gawan. Muhammad Gawan of Bahmani kingdom, king ni అంటే పప్పెట్ చేసేసి ఆయన డీఫాక్టో రూలర్ అయిపోయాడు. కానీ ఇక్కడ సాలార్ జంగ్ 1 ఏం చేశాడు, 3 ఏళ్ళ పిల్లోడిని తీసుకెళ్ళి కుర్చీలో కూర్చోబెట్టేసి వీడు నిజాం అన్నాడు. చేసింది మొత్తం ఆయననేమో, మనకు తెలియదు అది, బట్ బయటికి మాత్రం కనిపించలేదు. హీ హాజ్ నాట్ మేడ్ ఎనీ ఎనిమీస్, రైట్? అట్లీస్ట్ హిస్టరీ ఈజ్ నాట్ సేయింగ్ దట్ హీ హాజ్ మేడ్ ఎనీ ఎనిమీస్. ఓకే, సో హీ కంటిన్యూడ్. సో ఈవెన్ వెన్ నిజాం బికేమ్ 15 years, 16 years ఆల్సో, దిస్ ఫెలో సాలార్ జంగ్ పీపుల్ కంటిన్యూడ్. So coming back to the discussion, so he became a Nizam at the age of 3 and he was a very important personality in replacing the court language from Persian to Urdu. He has replaced the court language to Urdu. Urdu became the court language during the Mir Mehboob Ali Khan era. There is a legend saying that this person used a paperweight of 200 crores diamond. Jacob diamond, and its cost was 200 crores. A paperweight ekkundo kanukondi kodiga, na paper మీద పెట్టుకుంటే అయిపోతుంది. Fine. So of course you know we know the opulence of Nizams, right? Nizam jewelry అని ఒక ఇక్కడ ఉంది. సాలార్ జంగ్ మ్యూజియంకి వెళ్తే మీరు నిజాం జ్యువెలరీ అనే డిస్ప్లే కూడా ఉంటుంది. అండ్ ది కైండ్ ఆఫ్ జ్యువెలరీ దే వోర్, ది ఆప్యులెన్స్, ఓకే, ఇట్స్ లైక్ అబ్సల్యూట్ జా డ్రాపింగ్ వే ఆఫ్ లైఫ్ స్టైల్. ఓకే, అంటే డబ్బులు ఉండడం ఒక ఎత్తు, అట్లా లైఫ్ స్టైల్ ఉండడం ఒక ఎత్తు. సో అబ్సల్యూట్ డ్రా డ్రాపింగ్ లైఫ్ స్టైల్, అండ్ దే వర్ వెరీ రిచ్ ఇన్ దోస్ డేస్. ఆబ్వియస్లీ వై రిచ్? ఇఫ్ యూ గో బ్యాక్, వై రిచ్? They happily depended on British. Okay, British is taking care of their external risks. Internally, whatever minimum welfare they had to do, they are doing. So remaining whatever land revenue they are getting, whatever they are getting, they are enjoying. Okay, lavish lifestyle. Okay, fine. Some of the major constructions by Mir Mehboob Khan is Secunderabad railway stations and Nampally railway station. Okay, Nampally ante wetland actually. It seems that there used to be heavy rain in that place and it became railway station later. So Nampally and Secunderabad railway station, he constructed the Erragadda hospital as well as the public gardens. Erragadda hospital and the public gardens. Okay. So in 1883, Salarjung I died. Salarjung I died in 1883, and new person called Mir Layak Ali Khan. Mir Layak Ali Khan came in as Salarjung II. Mir Layak Ali Khan came in as Salarjung II. Okay. The main issue with Mir Layak Ali Khan was he favored a lot of non-mulkis. Mulki non-mulki issue telsa? What is the issue? Who are mulkis? Locals. And who are non-mulkis? Non-locals. Okay. But in order to, so the main version of Salarjung I and Salarjung II was they wanted to improve the efficiency of the administration. In that regard, they called many people from North India or any other places, and these are all called as non-mulkis. So this Mir Layak Ali Khan, who is also called as Salarjung II, that fellow has brought many non-mulkis into picture. And from here you will see this mulki and non-mulki status or mulki and non-mulki movement picking up. Okay. Some of the important constructions during Mehboob Ali Khan, one is the Gloria Girls High School. Gloria Girls School in 1881. It is the first school in Hyderabad. Gloria Girls School, 1881. Chanda Rail Movement, 1883. Chanda Rail Movement, 1883. Chanda Railway Scheme, 1883. Nizam College, 1887. Nizam College, 1887. And for the first time in 1888, the Mulki movement started under the leadership of Kishan Rao in 1888, and this has led and forced the Nizam to publish the 1888 Gazette. So ikkadi nunchi, so మీ తెలంగాణ మూమెంట్ పేపర్లో కూడా ఈ కొంచెం ఇంటర్ఫేస్ ఉంటుంది. తెలంగాణ మూమెంట్ పేపర్లో కూడా సాలార్జంగ్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది ఫస్ట్ చాప్టర్ చూస్తే. సో తెలంగాణ హిస్టరీ అండ్ తెలంగాణ మూమెంట్ ఒక 10 to 15, 20% ఇంటర్లాప్ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే. సో 1888 ముల్కీ మూమెంట్ బై కిషన్ రావ్. Okay, then final Nizam, 7th Nizam, also called as Mir Usman Ali Khan. Mir Usman Ali Khan. What is this Mir Usman Ali Khan? He is the 7th ruler and he ruled from 1911 up to the end of Nizam Empire in 1948. 1948. So he was very famous for many reforms. నేను మీకు చెప్పా కదా, Nizam 7 is famous for setting up many industries also. That is one of your topics as per syllabus. Some of the industrial development you can write down. Industrial development during Nizam 7. Praga tools, Bodhan sugar factory, Wazir tobacco, Sirpur paper mills, Azam-Jahi mills, Mozamjahi market, Mozamjahi market, Mozamjahi market, Deccan glass factory, Deccan glass factory. So these are some of the industries, prominent industries set up during the Nizam 7 time. And he constructed two prominent reservoirs in the outskirts of Hyderabad. Appatlo outskirts ippudu hub అయిపోయింది అది. In fact financial district కూడా అయిపోయింది. What is that? Usman Sagar Lake, Usman Sagar Lake and Himayat Sagar, mainly to protect the Musi river from flooding. 1908 Musi floods తెలిసే ఉంటాయి మీ అందరికీ. అప్పుడు ఆ ఫ్లడ్స్ని ఆపడానికి ఈ రెండు రిజర్వాయర్స్. Some of the buildings, some of the important buildings constructed during Mir Usman Ali Khan buildings. First is Usmania Hospital, Usmania University. The Arts College of Usmania University is in Indo-Gothic style and it is constructed by Jesper E. He is a Belgian. Jesper E is a Belgian. Central Library, then High Court, Lakeview Guest House and Assembly. In 1942, Nizam has started SBH, State Bank of Hyderabad. 1940, he started double-decker bus. And during his time, he introduced a committee called Aravamudam Iyengar Committee. This was mainly for administrative reforms. Okay, this is about various Nizams. Under the during the Nizam period. Before we start Salarjung 1 or small reforms of Salarjung 1, and then subsequently we will discuss some important events which can be used as your value addition material or points in the answers. Okay, so మొత్తం మనం చదవకుండా Salarjung 1 reforms అయిపోయాక కొన్ని timeline based events చూసామనుకోండి, those events you can use in your answer writing as value addition points. Okay, so instead of reading these textbooks, you can directly have these points and mention them somewhere in your answers. Okay, just go through the Nizams for a couple of minutes before we start Salarjung. Okay. Clear? Any doubts with regard to Nizams online, guys? ఓకే సో ఇంకా మీకు క్విక్ రివిజన్ కావాలి ఇంకొంచెం కాంప్రహెన్సివ్గా అనుకుంటే రిఫ్లెక్షన్స్ యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్లో నా వీడియోస్ ఉంటాయి తెలంగాణ కల్చర్ అండ్ హిస్టరీ అని ఐ థింక్ ఇట్స్ 20-hour వీడియో ఓకే సో దట్ ఈస్ స్పెసిఫికల్లీ డన్ ఫర్ ప్రిలిమ్స్ అండ్ మెయిన్స్ సో ఫాస్ట్ రివిజన్కి మీకు పనికి వస్తుంది 1.5 స్పీడ్లో పెట్టుకున్నారంటే చెప్పక్కర్లేదు ఎట్లాగో పెడతారు అనుకోండి సో తొందరగా అయిపోతుంది రివిజన్ ఓకే ఫైన్ సో కమింగ్ టు సాలార్జంగ్ 1 అంటే సి హియర్ వీఆర్ టాకింగ్ ఓన్లీ ఫర్ 5.5-6 hours కదా సో మెయిన్లీ అవర్ ఫోకస్ ఈజ్ ఆన్ కీ ఏరియాస్ అండ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ స్మాల్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్స్ విచ్ వీ షుడ్ నాట్ మిస్ యాజ్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ డిస్కషన్ కానీ ఏదైనా ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్స్ విచ్ కెన్ ఎంరిచ్ యువర్ ఆన్సర్ కానీ సో ఇక్కడ ఈ 6 hours అనే టార్గెట్ అదే ఓకే సో మొత్తము హెడ్ టు టైల్ ఏ సిలబస్ ఏ సబ్జెక్ట్ కూడా కాదు 6 hours-లో ఓకే సో అపార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ దిస్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ ఎనీ థింగ్స్ విచ్ హ్యావ్ మిస్డ్ హియర్ ఆర్ హియర్ అండ్ దేర్ ఓకే స్లైడ్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి దాన్ని స్లైడ్స్ కూడా పెట్టాను అక్కడ సో యూ కెన్ జస్ట్ గో త్రూ అండ్ హ్యావ్ ఎ క్విక్ రివిజన్ ఓకే ఫైన్ సాలార్జంగ్ 1 reforms okay very important topic as far as your maybe see it may turn up in your movement paper or it may turn up in your history paper ఎందుకంటే రెండు చోట్ల కూడా ఉంది ఇది సాలార్జంగ్ రిఫార్మ్స్ అనేవి మూమెంట్లో కూడా ఉంది అండ్ హిస్టరీలో కూడా ఉంది సో సాలార్జంగ్ 1 reforms సాలార్జంగ్ 1 reforms మూమెంట్లో కూడా ఎస్ మూమెంట్లో ఉంది హిస్టరీలో కూడా ఉంది సో ఒక్కసారి చదువుకుంటే 2 ఆన్సర్లు రాయొచ్చు రెండు చోట్ల వస్తుంది ఫర్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ డైరెక్ట్లీ ఆర్ ఇండైరెక్ట్లీ రెండు చోట్ల వస్తుంది సో దిస్ టాపిక్ ఈజ్ స్ట్రైట్ అవే 20 marks ఓకే సో సాలార్జంగ్ 1 రిఫార్మ్స్ అనేటప్పటికీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ సాలార్జంగ్ 1 రిఫార్మ్స్ సాలార్జంగ్ వాజ్ we all know he was appointed in 1853 he was Mir, Turab Ali Khan, he was given the title of Salar Jung by Britishers. He was called Salar Jung by Britishers. Okay. He has honorary doctorate from Oxford University. He has honorary doctorate from Oxford University. He served for more than 30 years under three Nizams, 4, 5 and 6. He served for more than 30 years under three Nizams, 4, 5 and 6. So, the first reform we talk about Salar Jung is administrative reforms. Administrative reforms. Administrative reforms are, previously the kingdom was ruled in a haphazard manner. After he came to power, or after he became Diwan, he has formed 5 subhas, Subedar antaru kada, atla 5 subhas, 17 districts, 5 subhas and 17 districts. 5 subhas and 17 districts. Okay. And he appointed ministers. He appointed ministers by giving them various portfolios like revenue, police, public works, law, etc., education, etc. Okay. So next, economic reforms. Next are economic reforms. So he wanted to cut down on useless expenditure. So he wanted to minimize the expenditure and maximize the revenue. So in this context, he reduced the number of intermediaries. And direct గా ఉంటే people తో deal చేయాలా, and he has reduced number of intermediaries. And also he understood that his kingdom is fairly with British and they are in good terms. So what he did, he has reduced the number of soldiers. Reduced the number of soldiers. He bargained hard with British and ensured that a loan of 50 lakhs was waived by British, and he has also played a key part in releasing these 3 areas, Berar, Raichur and Osamabad. He bargained hard with British. And because of his efforts and because of his sincerity with the British, the British gave the Star of India award to Afzal-ud-Daula, who was the 5th Nizam. Afzal-ud-Daula, who was the 5th Nizam. Next is revenue reforms. Next reforms by Salar Jung is revenue reforms. Revenue reforms. He brought the Jilla Bandi system, very very famous Jilla Bandi system, in 1865. He brought the Jilla Bandi system in 1865. He set up a revenue board in 1864. He set up a land revenue survey and settlement board. In 1875, he set up a land revenue and settlement board through which he is now started implementing right-wari system in Telangana. Okay, in the state of Hyderabad we have to say. Be careful, it is not Telangana then, it is the state of Hyderabad. State of Hyderabad. Where the revenue was collected on 30 years of average. He cancelled the inams given to government servants and started to pay them in cash. He cancelled inams and started to pay them in cash. Next is law reforms. Law reforms by Salar Jung. What are the law reforms? He appointed judges at taluk and district level. He appointed judges at taluk and district level. Appointed judges at taluk and district level. The appeals were allowed from district courts to high court. From district court to high court, appeals were allowed, and these courts were called Adalat-e-Padushahi. Adalat-e-Padushahi. You can say Adalat-e-Padushahi. Okay, Adalat-e-Padushahi. Salar Jung abolished serious punishments. He abolished serious punishments and he set up special courts in Hyderabad. He set up special courts in Hyderabad. He set up special courts in Hyderabad. Okay. Then is educational reforms. Educational reforms. Next is educational reforms. Educational reforms law. First he set up Darul Uloom in 1855. It's also called Darussalam. So Darul Uloom in 1885, mainly for higher education in Arabic, Urdu and English. He introduced English medium schools. He introduced English medium schools. In 1870, he built City High School. 1870 City High School. City High School. 1872 Chadarghat High School. కొంచెం ఫ్యాక్చువల్గా ఉన్నా కానీ దీంట్లో కొన్ని గుర్తుపెట్టుకున్నా మీరు రాయొచ్చు. ఎందుకంటే ఒకటే సిలబస్లో 2 సార్లు వచ్చిందంటే, ఒకటే టాపిక్ 2 పేపర్స్లో 2 సార్లు వచ్చిందంటే పక్కా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఓకే, సో ట్రై టు మెమరైజ్ దిస్, నో ఆప్షన్. ట్రై టు రీడ్ మోర్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్స్ అండ్ రివైజ్, దెన్ యూ కెన్ రిమెంబర్. ఓకే, 1873 Madras-e Aliyah. This is for noble people. Madras-e Aliyah for noble people. And Madras-e Aiza for royals. Madras-e Aiza for royals. In 1881, he set up Gloria Girls High School. Gloria Girls School. Next is police reforms. Next is police reforms. He set up the police department which was called Mahakai I Kotwal. Mahakai I Kotwal. He set up this department of Mahakai I Kotwal. The post of superintendent of police came into picture and he appointed SPs. And in 1867, he separated revenue and police departments. He separated revenue and police departments. Next is judicial, we have done, right? No. Law we have done, right? Law reforms, okay. Fine. Okay, then is currency reforms. Currency reforms. See, exam lo inni gurtuntaya sir ante ఎక్కువ సార్లు రివైజ్ చేస్తే ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఈజ్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ యూ కెన్ రిమెంబర్ అట్లీస్ట్ సైడ్ హెడ్డింగ్స్. ఓకే, ఆయన ఒక 10 రిఫార్మ్స్ చేస్తే 8 అయితే రాయాలి పక్కా. కరెన్సీ రిఫార్మ్స్. సో కరెన్సీ రిఫార్మ్స్లో he in 1885 established mint compounds in Hyderabad. Of course that came after the person, but it is part of his reform only. Mint compounds. In 1861 stamp paper office came into picture, and in 1870 special office for currency came into picture. 1870 special office for currency came into picture. And another important reform is transport reforms. Transport reforms. So what are the transport reforms? He initiated the Chanda Railway Agreement. Chanda Railway. From where to where is this line? Secunderabad to Wadi. It is from Secunderabad to Wadi. Dine they wanted to extend, and then your Agornath Chattopadhyay and other people started protesting. Fine. He built roads between Hyderabad and Solapur. Built roads between Hyderabad and Solapur. He built roads between Hyderabad and Solapur. And he also entrusted the Public Works Department to provide transport facilities. Public Works Department to provide transport facilities. Okay. Then other reforms by Salarjung I. He has ensured that sati was abolished. So other reforms are mostly social reforms. Sati is abolished. Sati is abolished. Sati is abolished. Okay. Then he has started the industrial exhibition at Chadarghat. Industrial exhibition at Chadarghat. He constructed telegraph line between Hyderabad and Bombay. Hyderabad and Bombay. He announced Urdu as official language. He announced Urdu as official language. And he punished corrupt employees. He punished corrupt employees. He punished corrupt employees. And these were the reforms of Salarjung I, which is probably, and I used to tell many students, ఇట్లాంటి టాపిక్స్కి ఫస్ట్ ఆన్సర్ రాసి క్వశ్చన్ ఎక్కడుందో ఎత్తుక్కోవాలి. ఓకే, అంత ఇంపార్టెంట్ అనమాట ఇది. ఫైన్. సో జస్ట్ గో త్రూ ఇట్ అండ్ మై అడ్వైజ్ ఈజ్ రివైజ్ ఇట్ మల్టిపుల్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్స్. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ఎన్నిసార్లు అంటే అని. ఎందుకంటే ఈ రిఫార్మ్స్ ఎంత బాగా గుర్తుంటే అంత ఫ్లోలో రాస్తారు మీరు. ఫ్లోలో రాసినప్పుడు వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ ఈజ్ యువర్ clarity of thought and content will be presented well instead of struggling. And be clear that this answer most of the people will write good. So ఇంకా ఇట్లా బెటర్గా రాయాలనేది ప్లాన్ చేసుకోండి. సో రిఫార్మ్స్ మంచిగా సైడ్ హెడింగ్ పెట్టుకుంటూ అండ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్స్ చెప్పుకుంటూ అండ్ ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ కన్క్లూజన్స్ పైన వర్కౌట్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, యూ కెన్ సే దట్ he was a very astute diwan who helped Nizam to come out of the crisis. అవునా కదా, 1853 దాకా ది అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ ఆఫ్ నిజాం వాజ్ అండర్ క్రైసిస్. సో అట్లాంటివన్నీ ఈ హెల్ప్డ్ ది నిజాం టు కమ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ క్రైసిస్. Okay, just go through it. Yeah, fine. Okay. We'll do some topics, especially from your chapter 4 and chapter 5. కొన్ని టాపిక్స్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకొని చేద్దాం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఆది హిందీ మూమెంట్. ఓకే, ఫస్ట్ విల్ డూ ది నిజాం పీపుల్ అసోసియేషన్. Nizams People Association, also called as Nizam Subjects League. Nizam People Association, also called as Nizam Subjects League. Very, very important. It was formed in the year 1935. 1935. Okay, 1935. So what is the important aspect of this league? So the president of this league is Nawab Nizamat Jung. President is Nawab Nizamat Jung. Nawab Nizamat Jung is the president. General secretary is Burgula Ramakrishna Rao. General secretary is Burgula Ramakrishna Rao. Some of the important members of this subjects league are M. Narsingh Rao, Vaman Nayak, M. Narsingh Rao, Vaman Nayak, Madapati Hanumanth Rao, Abdul Hasan Syed, Padmaja Naidu and etc. Their main aim and objective was the Hyderabad is for Hyderabadis. Ante it is an extension of Mulki movement. Hyderabad for Hyderabadis. They fought on the issues of Mulkis. Anjana? They fought on the issues of Mulkis. They submitted their petitions and goals to Nizam. They submitted their petitions and goals to Nizam. Under their request only, Nizam formed the administrative committee under Arvamudam Iyengar. Okay, which proposed certain reforms and said there should be local people in the recruitment. And there shall be no discrimination or favoritism. And in one of their meetings, this Nizam People's Association has given a slogan or a petition like this. They wanted Nizam to be a responsible government. Responsible government anangane Nizam felt very, very annoyed and he was not happy with this kind of responsible government request by this particular Nizam subjects lead. So, to suppress this Nizam Subjects League, Nizam started encouraging Razakars, and on the whole, this movement died its natural death in 1939. So it can be a small 10 marker question. So you can write all this. Okay. Discuss about Nizam's People Association or Nizam Subject League in the context of 7th Nizam. So basically he felt insecure when there is concept of responsible government. So what are the ideology and aims of this particular movement? It is basically to promote fraternity. So ideology of Nizam Subject League. Ideology of Nizam Subject League. It's basically fraternity among all Telanganites, or sorry, at that time it was Hyderabadis. Okay. So it is basically to promote fraternity among all Hyderabadis. Okay, and to explore the possibility and means for what? For achieving the aims of the league. For achieving the aims of the league. For achieving aims of the league. And Mulki rights protection. They wanted Mulki rights protection. They wanted Mulki rights protection. Okay. Efforts to form responsibility towards a legislature. Efforts to form a responsibility towards forming of legislature. Protection of Hyderabad state from outsiders. There is slight difference. Mulki rights protection and protection of Hyderabad state from outsiders. So it can be a 10 marker question. Okay. So the names and objectives, so ideology, and what is the sequence of events Rasharante, and who are the prominent person. Vaman Nayak, Burgula Ramakrishna is the general secretary, and Jung is the president, Padmaja Naidu. Okay, Padmaja Naidu, and we have Madapati Hanumantrao. So all these important personalities you can mention, and then you can tell about it. Fine. Next important, one of the important movement in the context of Telangana history, it's popularly called as Vande Mataram movement. See, 1930, 1915 నుంచి 1945 మధ్యలో కొన్ని ఈవెంట్స్ అండ్ మూమెంట్స్ తెలంగాణ హిస్టరీ అండ్ తెలంగాణ మూమెంట్లో కోయిన్సైడ్ అవుతాయి. ఓకే, సో దట్ వే ఈ టాపిక్స్ మీరు ఒక్కసారి ప్రిపేర్ అయితే తెలంగాణ మూమెంట్లో కూడా మీకు ఆబ్వియస్లీ దే విల్ కమ్ అండ్ స్ట్రైక్. ఓకే, ఎస్, ముల్కీస్ అండ్ నాన్ ముల్కీ మూమెంట్స్. సో దాంట్లో కూడా నిజాం సబ్జెక్ట్స్ లీగ్ ఉంది, చూసారా? In your portion, Nizam Subjects League is there. So obviously these are all very, very important. So especially the chapter 4 of history and certain parts of chapter 5 will match with your chapter 1. Chapter 1 of idea of Telangana, first one. Right. Okay. Now coming to Vande Mataram movement. What is this Vande Mataram movement all about? Vande Mataram movement enti? Vande Mataram movement ante enti? So it so happened, it basically started where? In the Vande Mataram movement telida? Chadale. Vande Mataram movement happened in Usmania University. Okay, it happened in Usmania University. So first thing is there is a hostel B. Okay, in the B hostel. In the B hostel, it happened in OU, Usmania University. In the hostel B, some students sang Vande Mataram on the occasion of Dasara. On the occasion of Dasara, some students sang Vande Mataram. Most of those students were Hindus. Basically, Vande Mataram was prohibited. So this happened in 1938. Okay, singing Vande Mataram was prohibited. Okay, and when the students sang Vande Mataram, okay, all these students were asked to vacate the rooms, hostel rooms immediately. But singing Vande Mataram song was not so big sin, so the student union started supporting these guys. So the entire movement spread across the state like a wildfire. Like a wildfire. So what Nizam said, whoever is protesting against this particular decision, remove everyone. Remove everyone. Whoever is protesting, remove everyone. And don't give them any admissions. Don't give them admissions. So almost it is said that more than 350 people were debarred from OU. They were debarred from OU for protesting against this movement, against this particular decision. And this particular movement now became a pan-India issue and received all India attention. It received attention. It received attention across India. It received attention across India. Okay, it received attention across India. And people like P.V. Narasimha Rao, people like P.V. Narasimha Rao, Ramchandra Reddy, and Marri Channa Reddy, they became very popular names because they were part of this particular movement. They became very popular names, and pan-India leaders and very popular leaders like Mahatma Gandhi and Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose have sent their best wishes and they have given moral support to this event. Okay, when it so happened that Vande Mataram, the students debarred from this particular movement or from OU ran from pillar to post seeking admissions because of their career. So no university in and around the Hyderabad state gave them admission. Why? Because they were all getting funds from the 7th Nizam, including the Walter University. It's now called Andhra University. The Walter University, the local Karnataka University, everyone said, boss, we cannot give you admissions because we are getting funding from your Nizam. So in that case, one person, the Vice Chancellor of Nagpur University, Vice Chancellor of Nagpur University, Justice Kedar Patri gave admission to these people and ensured that they complete their studies. So he saved their careers. Okay. Next is Adi Hindu movement. Adi Hindu movement. What is this Adi Hindu movement? Adi Hindu movement, basically it was under the leadership of Bhagyareddy Varma. Bhagyareddy Varma. So this Bhagyareddy Varma, though the name seems to be an upper caste name, Bhagyareddy Varma's actual name is Madari Bhagaya. Madari Bhagaya. He belongs to the downtrodden section of society, okay, and he was born in 1888. Bhagyareddy Varma is nothing but Madari Bhagaya. So he wanted to empower the downtrodden people of society and he started this movement. So in 1913, the Arya Samaj gave him the title of Varma and he married a spouse from Reddy community and hence he became Reddy. So like Bhagyareddy Varma. So it's only that he has penned his name like that because he wanted to show that the lower caste, the downtrodden society was also no less than the upper caste. Okay, so that was the intention. Anyhow, so coming to his achievements, in 1906, what is the achievement? 1906, he established Jagan Mitra Mandali. Bhagyareddy Varma kuda pakka question. Bhagyareddy Varma question lekunda meeku question paper undadu. Jagan Mitra Mandali. Jagan Mitra Mandali. It was the first Dalit association in the Telangana state, Hyderabad state. The first Dalit association in the then Hyderabad state. In the Hyderabad state. And in 1911, he established Manya Sangam. He established Manya Sangham. In 1911, he established Manya Sangham. And he also established Adi Hindu Service League. Adi Hindu Service League, which was headed by Ariga Ramaswamy. In 1925, they have helped the cholera affected people. Ariga Ramaswamy. Adi Hindu Service League. He established almost 26 Adi Hindu schools. He established 26 Adi Hindu schools. Adi Hindu schools, 26 Adi Hindu schools. Okay, and he had very good relationship with 7th Nizam. Bhagyareddy Varma had very good relationship with 7th Nizam. 7th Nizam, and with the help of 7th Nizam, Bhagyareddy Varma established many schools for the downtrodden society as well as the girl child. Right. So, in the next, just go through it and we will finish our class with one final topic. One final topic after this, that is the merger of Hyderabad state. into the Telangana. That is also very, very important. Integration of Hyderabad state into Indian Union, sorry. Hyderabad state into Indian Union. Okay, so merger of Hyderabad state into Indian Union, we all know it happened on 17th of September 1948, and that particular operation was Operation Polo. So what happened is, in 1947, 29th of November, November 1947, the Nizam signed a standstill agreement. Standstill agreement with Government of India. Okay, they signed a standstill agreement with Government of India. Okay. And Mountbatten has kept a condition that Hyderabad either should join India or Pakistan. It cannot be an independent state, because as per the Mountbatten plan, there is no independent state concept. All these princely states should be either be part of Hyderabad or Pakistan. Sorry, India or Pakistan. So this Razakars, which are the private army of Nizam and the Majlis, they did not allow the Nizam to take any kind of decision. They did not allow Nizam to take any kind of decision. So what Nizam did is, Nizam has appointed a committee. Nizam has appointed a committee. Okay, Nizam has appointed a committee of Sir Walter and Aliwar Jung. He has appointed a committee of Sir Walter and Aliwar Jung. He appointed this committee of these two to help him take the decision. Okay. Meanwhile, the head of these Razakars, called Razvi, Kazim Razvi, this person said, Hyderabad for Hyderabadis. Hyderabad for Hyderabadis. And he has not allowed Nizam to take any decision. Okay, and he requested for freedom of Hyderabadis. And some of the leaders proposed a place called Usmanistan. Usmanistan for Hyderabad. And appudu Nizam Usman Ali Khan kada. అందుకే ఆయనను ఖుషి చేయడానికి ఉస్మానిస్తాన్ అని పెట్టేశారు. సో ఆ ఉస్మానిస్తాన్ అని పేరు పెడితే ఆయన మర్జీ చేయకుండా ఒప్పుకుంటాడేమో అని హ్యాపీగా ఇన్ దట్ ఇంటెన్షన్ ఉస్మానిస్తాన్ ఇన్ ప్లేస్ ఆఫ్ హైదరాబాద్. Okay. So what did the state congress is? The state congress opposed all these activities. At that time the Congress party became active, right? So the state congress opposed all these nonsense, and they said the people should have the decision making power. It is the people who should decide whether Hyderabad should be in India or not. So they were requesting for a plebiscite basically, and they wanted to join Union of India. So in this Nizam's stand, he received moral support from Pakistan. Nizam received moral support from Pakistan. After the standstill agreement, there was lot of violence in Hyderabad state. Of course, that was violence of this communist versus Razakars. Yes or no? Communist versus Razakars. Okay, lot of violence, atrocities by Razakars, very heinous atrocities. And there were more than 1 lakh Razakars who were now plundering and doing all kind of nonsense in the streets of the Hyderabad state. And in this process, Nizam was starting to accumulating weapons. Nizam accumulated weapons. He accumulated weapons. And this annoyed government of India. And this accumulation of weapons was happening under his Prime Minister Layak Ali. He was trying to smuggle these weapons into India and more especially into Hyderabad. And this Layak Ali was a distant relative and associate of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. He was a distant relative and associate of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. And this Kazim Razvi, who is a Razakar head, he is giving extremely provocative speeches. He is giving extremely provocative speeches, and also he is trying to disturb the communal harmony. So all these points have annoyed Nizam government, Indian government, and they asked Nizam to remove this person and abolish the Razakar system. They requested Nizam to abolish this Razakar system. And the Razakar system was also committing atrocities on press. An editor of a magazine called Imrose, an editor of magazine called Imrose, this was written by Shoaibullah Khan. Imrose, Shoaibullah Khan, he was killed by Razakars. He was killed by Razakars. Okay, killed by Razakars. And in this context, the Nizam called for Azad Hyderabad. Nizam called for Azad Hyderabad, and this was opposed by Indian government. Now they thought enough is enough, we have given him enough time, he is not listening to us. So finally, on 13th of September 1948, the Indian government has sent a force under the leadership of J.N. Chowdhury. He was one of the leader. He was one of the leader who was one of the army personnel. It is popularly referred to as Operation Polo. Operation Polo from 13 September to 17 September 1948 under the aegis of Operation Polo. The Indian government has subjugated the Nizam government, and the Nizam has surrendered and agreed that the Hyderabad state will be part of the India country, and in return the Indian government has agreed to accept Nizam as Raj Pramukh of the Hyderabad state. Okay, and then after that the subsequent M.G. Vellodi government, then the Mulki movement, everything you will see in the Telangana movement. So again, Telangana history ki Telangana movement ki this particular topic is the interface. Akkadi nunchi it will be interface. And Telangana movement lo kuda always try to understand Telangana movement through timeline approach. అది గేమ్ చేంజింగ్ పేపర్. ఎందుకంటే సివిల్స్ రాసే వాళ్ళు కూడా నాకు తెలిసిన వాళ్ళే చాలామంది రాస్తున్నారు గ్రూప్ 1. అట్లీస్ట్ అంటే ఒక 15-20 మంది రాస్తున్నారు. అందరు మెయిన్స్ క్వాలిఫై అయిన వాళ్ళు కూడా ఉన్నారు, కొంతమంది వాళ్ళు కూడా రాస్తున్నారు. ఇక్కడ ఎంతమంది రాస్తున్నారు సివిల్స్? ప్రిలిమ్స్ క్వాలిఫై అయిందా? కాలేదు, నిన్న వచ్చినాయి రిజల్ట్స్. ఓకే, నో ఇష్యూ. సో నౌ యూ కెన్ అట్లీస్ట్ హ్యాపీలీ కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ ఆన్ గ్రూప్ 1. గ్రూప్ 1 రావాలి మరి రిజల్ట్. సో ఐ వాజ్ సేయింగ్ దట్. సో యూపీఎస్సీ రాసేవాళ్ళు చాలామంది కూడా గ్రూప్ 1 రాస్తున్నారు. ఐ నో దెమ్. 15-20 మెంబర్స్ అయితే సాలిడ్గా రాస్తున్నారు. అంటే మంచి పిల్లలు, చాలామంది రాస్తున్నారు, మనకు తెలీదు, మంచి వాళ్ళు రాస్తున్నారు. ఈజ్ ఆల్సో రైటింగ్. ఓకే, గుడ్. సో ఈ కాంటెక్స్లో ఏమవుతుందంటే దిస్ పేపర్ 6, స్పెషల్లీ పీపుల్ హు ఆర్ ఎక్స్క్లూజివ్లీ ప్రిపేరింగ్ ఫర్ గ్రూప్స్, మీకు ఎడ్జ్ ఏమవుతుందంటే గ్రూప్ పేపర్ 6. ఎందుకంటే సివిల్స్ వాళ్ళు సెప్టెంబర్ 21 or 28 దాకా పేపర్ 6 అయితే ముట్టుకోరు. హూ హ్యావ్ క్లియర్డ్ ప్రిలిమ్స్, రైట్? సింపుల్ లాజిక్. సమ్మన్ హూ హ్యాస్ క్లియర్డ్ ప్రిలిమ్స్ విల్ నాట్ టచ్ ది పేపర్ 6. సో మీరు కనుక ఎడ్జ్ కావాలి, వాళ్ళకంటే మీరు బెటర్ రాయగలగాలంటే పేపర్ 6 ఒకటి మీకు ఎడ్జ్ ఇస్తుంది. సో పేపర్ 6 బాగా కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయండి. తెలంగాణ మూమెంట్, ఓకే, అండ్ ద క్రోనాలజీ, ద సీక్వెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఈవెంట్స్, ది టైమ్ లైన్ ఆఫ్ ఈవెంట్స్, that will be your positive or your advantage. So see, this exam is all about planning how you should be better than others. Simple. అంతేనా? ఇదేం సబ్కా సాత్ సబ్కా వికాస్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అయితే కాదు కదా. మోడీజీ గారు ఇచ్చిన సబ్కా సాత్ సబ్కా వికాస్ కాదు కదా. ఓకే, 50,000 మంది రాస్తున్నారు, అందరికీ ర్యాంకులు ఇద్దాం, అందరికీ పోస్టులు ఇద్దాం, అందరికీ జాబులు ఇద్దాం. మళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నా, ఓకే, మీరు మీ ఫ్రెండ్ కలిసి చదువుకున్నా కానీ మీరు ఇద్దరికి కూడా ఫస్ట్ ర్యాంక్ ఆప్షన్ రావాలంటే సార్ అతనికి ఇచ్చేసేయండి, నేను మెరిట్ లిస్ట్లో లేకపోయినా పర్లేదు, అదేదో రవితేజ సినిమాలో చూపిస్తాడు కదా, నాకు జాబ్ అవసరం లేదు, వీళ్ళు తీసుకోండి అని. అట్లాంటి పరిస్థితిలో నేను ఉంటే తెలియదు కానీ, బట్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ వాంట్స్ టు క్రాక్ ది ఎగ్జామ్, రైట్? అండ్ ది ఐరనీ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ విల్ క్రాక్ ది ఎగ్జామ్. దట్ ఈస్ అ ఫ్యాక్ట్. సో దట్ షుడ్ కీప్ యూ మోటివేటెడ్ అండ్ ఆల్వేస్ ఆన్ ఫుడ్ స్టెప్స్. అంటే ఎప్పుడు కూడా రిలాక్స్ అవ్వడానికి ఒక స్కోప్ ఉండకూడదు. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు అంత పరిగెత్తి అక్టోబర్లో రిలాక్స్ అయిపోతే ఇట్ విల్ బికమ్ ద టార్టాయిజ్ అండ్ ర్యాబిట్ రేస్. సో బీ ఎ టార్టాయిజ్, నో ప్రాబ్లం, బట్ బీ స్టడీ అండ్ డూ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ డైలీ. ఇంత అని చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోవాలి. డైలీ 2-3 hours or 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, whatever is your energy, dedication and concentration. And hours అనే దానికంటే కూడా I will always say concentration. ఇది ఉంది చూసారా, మోస్ట్ డిస్ట్రాక్టింగ్ థింగ్ ఇది. ఓకే, ఇది పక్కన పెట్టి ఎన్ని గంటలు చదివారనేది ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఒక క్వశ్చన్ చదివాం, స్ట్రైక్ అయిపోయిందా, రైట్. ఒక క్వశ్చన్ చదివాం, గాంధీ హాస్పిటల్ గోరుపోయారు. ఓకే, హైకోర్టు ఏం జడ్జిమెంట్ ఇచ్చింది, అవును ఇప్పుడు సీఎం దగ్గర ఉందంట కదా ఇష్యూ. సో అట్లా ఒక క్వశ్చన్ చదివి అంత, ఇఫ్ యూ స్పైరల్ డౌన్ ఆర్ ఇఫ్ యువర్ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఈజ్ ల్యాబ్స్డ్ ఆర్ వాట్ ఈస్ ది అప్డేట్, మోడీ గారు ఏం ట్వీట్ పెట్టారు విరాట్ కోహ్లీ గురించి, అట్లా అంతా ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ది కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ల్యాబ్స్, బేసికలీ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ ఈజ్ మీరు 9 hours చదివిన ఫీలింగ్ ఉంటుంది కానీ ఆ 9 hours విల్ నాట్ బి ఈవెన్ ప్రొడక్టివ్ లైక్ 1 or 2 hours. సో వెన్ యు ఆర్ రీడింగ్, రీడ్ ఎట్ ఫుల్ థ్రాటిల్. ఫోన్ పక్కన పడేయండి, ఒక 3-4 గంటలు పక్కన పడేసి కంప్లీట్గా అబ్సల్యూట్గా. ఐ నో వన్ ఇష్యూ ఈజ్ some people use mobiles to browse some information and make notes. That is another category. So if you are having, then in that context, problem is your apps or something will always keep pinging you with notifications. It's very difficult to concentrate. అట్లాంటప్పుడు ఇక ఏదో చేసి ట్యాబ్ తీసుకోవడమో, ట్యాబ్లో సిమ్ లేకుండా ఓన్లీ ట్యాబ్లో ఇంటర్నెట్ బ్రౌజ్ చేసుకోవడమో అట్లా చేయండి. బట్ మొబైల్ ఫోన్తో పాటు చదవడం అంటే చాలా కష్టం. I'm telling you again and again and again, especially with the amount of groups you are in. Groups అనేది కనిపించిన అన్నిట్లో జాయిన్ అయిపోయి ఉంటారు ఈ బాటికి, ఎందుకంటే యూ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు మిస్ ఎనీ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్, రైట్. సో ఎవరు ఎక్కడి నుంచి రిజల్ట్ వస్తుందో తెలీదు. గ్రూప్స్ అని పెట్టుకోగానే మీరు జాయిన్ అవుతారు, స్టేటస్లు వేరే వాళ్ళు పెట్టుకుంటారు, మా టెలిగ్రామ్ గ్రూప్కి 20,000 మంది వచ్చారు, 50,000 మంది వచ్చారు అని. సో that is how it is working also. Okay, so to keep you engaged, they also keep dumping some fodder daily. సీఎం కార్ బయలుదేరింది, గాంధీ హాస్పిటల్ మీద నుంచి పోయింది అనగానే అందరికీ ఒక ఎక్సైట్మెంట్ అనమాట. ఆయన ఏదో వేరే పని మీద పోయి ఉంటాడు, కానీ గాంధీ హాస్పిటల్ ముందు నుంచి సీఎం కార్ పోయింది అనగానే ఓకే రైట్. సో of course, see, I keep saying the same thing. Serious aspirants, please keep preparing. Now this time at least the issue is not on the paper leakage, right? Issue is something of administrative issue that will be taken care. 1:100 వస్తారా, 1:50 వస్తారా పక్కన పెట్టండి, మీకు ఓపెన్ చెప్తున్నా. ఓకే, 1:50 వచ్చినా 1:100 వచ్చినా సీరియస్ ఆస్పిరెంట్స్కి ఉండే కాంపిటీషన్ సేమ్. ఇది ఆనెస్ట్ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ నాది. ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ట్రయింగ్ టు బీట్ అరౌండ్ ద బుష్. 1:100 రానివ్వండి, 1:200 రానివ్వండి, 1:50 రావండి, మీకున్న కాంపిటీషన్ సీరియస్ ఆస్పిరెంట్స్కి సేమ్ మెంబర్స్ తోటే కొట్లాడతారు మీరు. ఓకే, ఒక 50 మంది ఎక్స్ట్రా రావడం మూలంగా మీ కాంపిటీషన్ టఫ్ అవ్వదు, ఒక 10 మంది బయటికి వెళ్ళడం మూలంగా మీ కాంపిటీషన్ ఈజీ అవ్వదు. ఓకే, సో యూపీఎస్సీ జర్నీలో కూడా వెన్ ఇట్ టేక్స్ 1:13, జనరల్ యూపీఎస్సీ ప్రిలిమ్స్ టు మెయిన్స్ 1:13, అందులో కూడా 13,000 14,000లో యాజ్ అ మెయిన్స్ ఆస్పిరెంట్ యు ఆర్ ఫైటింగ్ విత్ 6,000 to 7,000 పీపుల్, అండ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ 7,000 దే టేక్అవుట్ 1:2.5. సో 600 పోస్టులు ఉంటే 1,100 మందిని తీస్తారు. సో దట్ 7,000 will become 1,500, 1,500 will become 600. That is how it works. So same is case here. So concentrate and keep preparing hard. Okay, if you are, and for people who have cleared prelims and trying to attempt both, one good thing is you will be covering the syllabus faster than most of them. ఎందుకంటే సెప్టెంబర్లోనే you have the mains కాబట్టి you will be covering the syllabus faster than most of the TGPSC aspirants. And because I gave a competitive edge to them, I will give suggestion to you also. From September to October 10th, you do only Telangana movement. Because by that time you are very well versed with the entire syllabus of Group 1. వీళ్ళందరికంటే కూడా మీ ఆన్సర్ రైటింగ్ ముందైపోయి ఉంటుంది. సో ఓన్లీ థింగ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు కవర్ ఈస్ పేపర్ 6 for people who are writing civils and then Group 1. For people who are writing Group 1, I told you what is the strategy. Sir, it's a very peculiar thing that 2 exams are coming back to back. దానికి తోడు ఇప్పుడు ఆగస్ట్లో గ్రూప్ 2 కూడా ఉంది ఒకటి మళ్ళీ. సో దట్ ఈస్ వన్ థింగ్ వేర్ పీపుల్ ఆర్ ట్రయింగ్ ఫర్ పోస్ట్పోన్మెంట్. ఐ డోంట్ నో వాట్ హ్యాపన్స్. సో దట్స్ ఆల్ ఇమ్మెటీరియల్, బట్ యూ ప్రిపేర్ ఫర్ ది ఎగ్జామ్. ఎగ్జామ్ ఉన్న రోజు లేదన్నారు, ఉంటేనేమో ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వలేదంటారు, పోస్ట్పోన్ చేయాలంటారు. సో ఇంతకీ ఎగ్జామ్ పెట్టాలో వద్దా? సీఎం ఎవరున్నా కానీ పాపం వాళ్ళని వీఆర్ ఆల్ మేకింగ్ దమ్ వెరీ కంజెస్టెడ్. Someone who keeps exams, we say don't want. If some exam is cancelled, we say that you are inefficient. It's tough being Telangana CM, you know. Anyone. I am not talking about Mr. Revant or KCR, but anyone. As long as there is no exam, you blame them. Once there is an exam, you say that no, we are not prepared, boss, you postpone it. Okay. So on that context, manaki we are done with Telangana history, quality enrichment and revision. So it was more like revision, and then as far as the quality enrichment is concerned, I have given you many literary names, okay, many important constructions of right from Qutub Shahis, Kakatiyas, and then today now in Asaf Jahis also. So use these important facts and other aspects as an advantage, as an important what you call factual database in your answers. Okay, factual database ga vaadi enrich your answers with this content, and definitely you will see that there is a lot of improvement in your answers. And one thing I want to ask you all people to do regularly is write the answers. Okay, I know you are all preparing, you want that content and then start writing, but don't wait for that content. Write and then see where you are falling short of the content and get that content. మొత్తం టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ చదివినాక రాస్తా అంటే టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ ఎప్పటికీ కాదు, మీరు ఎప్పటికి రాయరు. ఫస్ట్ రాయండి, రాసినప్పుడు యూ విల్ ఫీల్ వేర్ ఆర్ ది గ్యాప్స్, వేర్ యువర్ పెన్ ఈస్ స్టాపింగ్, దట్ యూ విల్ రియలైజ్. ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ యూ కెన్ గో బ్యాక్ టు యువర్ టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ అండ్ గెట్ దట్ డేటా అండ్ అగైన్ స్టార్ట్ రైటింగ్. That will be a better approach. You try see that and you will definitely not regret it. Okay. So on that context we will break and we will again meet for Telangana movement. So geography, I think Abhinav is doing it, so he is also a good faculty. So all the best and keep writing. Okay. And one more thing for online guys and people today. So today I will be slightly busy, so we will have our discussion of today's paper and tomorrow's paper tomorrow. Okay, this 10 questions, ee roju 5 and repu 5 unnai kada. Repu around 7:30 ki you will get the link. So we'll do the discussion for today and tomorrow on tomorrow only. Okay, fine, thank you.